San Diego State was really no sweat for you.
Tony, you watched that game, and it was just Charles Barkley said it best. I mean, you basically had grown men out there against young college kids. I don't know if that holds up against Alabama, but total mismatch against Furman for sure.
That's right, no doubt about that. Of course, might have to change my line for you. They seem to get these things screwed up with their home and away. But anyway, the Florida Panthers here will be the road team against Detroit in this one. We see the big line here for Florida here. The total sits at 6.5.
Yeah, Detroit is the home team tonight. That might be why I'm maybe going a little bit contrarian here in this one. Florida's got a lot going for them right now, and Detroit, well, maybe not so much, but I like the spot here for Detroit tonight. So I'll get into a little bit as to why, because Florida's moved themselves right into contention for one of those Eastern Conference playoff spots in the wild card, if you will. They're right behind the Islanders in Pittsburgh. They've won 5 out of their last 6. They're playing pretty well in Detroit. Well, they played themselves right out of contention of late. Just winning 2 of their last 10 games outright. So, why Detroit tonight? Well, Florida's just 10-23 straight up off of a win. So I look for them going on the road here. Bobrovsky in net going up against Bill Husso. He was yanked in that loss to Colorado. I expect a stronger effort from him tonight. Also, recently the debut in that contest of Detroit's first round draft pick from 2021. He got the call up, and Simon Edvinsson. He made his debut, look pretty good in the game, try to strengthen Detroit's defense a little bit for the future. So probably going to lean here to Detroit tonight. Florida's won 18 of the last 22 meetings in Detroit. Tony, I can't make much arguments here other than the fact that I just think Florida, the spread, you see it there. I mean, I'm getting a buck 60 or more now. The steam came in early on the Red Wings, but now the public money's starting to pile in on Florida, and easy to see why. But Detroit, 17-13, straight up at home. Florida, 14-17, straight up on the road. Florida won the first 2 meetings. They allowed just 3 goals to Detroit. Bobrovsky was in goal both of those games. But just note that Detroit is a kind of a break-even proposition at home this season on the money line, while Florida on the road, even with this recent streak, and they're going to be playing some road games here down the stretch. They've kind of tried to put a spin on it, said that's just exactly where we want to be, but they're going to have to try to qualify for this playoff spot, playing more of their games on the road, especially over the next stretch a little bit. And they're down nearly 9 units on the road this season, based on the 100 standard units, play, if you will, down about 8.75 units on the road this season. So Detroit, they've been a little bit of funk, still a 500 ball club. Florida ball club, hockey team, Tony, and Florida, over 500 now with this recent stretch, and all the experts are going to be giving out Florida tonight, but I'm gonna take the plus money here. Take Detroit tonight to get one against Florida in the season series, despite their woes against the Panthers. I just think this line's too high. Basically, a market play here. Not a lot going for Detroit as far as the news is concerned. Larkin, maybe Perone, probably playing pretty decent for Detroit. Hard to find some bright spots, but Larkin certainly has been one. Perone's been one as well. I'm going to take the Red Wings tonight. You might take them on the puck line there at plus 1.5. I see minus a buck 65, but I'm going to take them on the money line tonight.
Ramon here on Red Wings plus 160 against the Panthers. Of course, the NHL season finishes before the NBA season, so we're really getting down here to the wire here. We got, let's see, Florida's, this is game, 69 of 82, so they've got some time. I think they finish usually a week before the NBA, so how does the playoff push look for right now in the East?
With the Islanders, I think they can maybe that might be their best team to catch. They're third right now. They need to catch one of those 2 teams, Islanders and Pittsburgh right now. Pittsburgh also playing pretty well of late. Maybe Florida has the most momentum, but they put themselves in the biggest hole out of those two teams. So those are the teams you have. Those are the two teams that you have Florida battling with, basically, for those. They're behind the Islanders, behind Pittsburgh, and like I said, sub 500 on the road. This is one that they're going to feel that they need, but I think Detroit knows that too. And Detroit, like I said, they're out of contention, Tony. So they're playing for pride. They called up their draft choice in Edvinson. He's a defenseman, and so I think that's where it stands. So Florida's got a little bit of work cut out for them because of their a little bit road heavy schedule. I think they might be playing the best out of those three teams right now, but Pittsburgh also has shown a good life of late. Maybe the Islanders are the most inconsistent right now of those three clubs.
Yeah, you look at Florida, 14-20 on the road, minus 14 units on the road. So there you go, and they are the
Okay.
road. Florida is a road team. Atrocious numbers there. Red Wings plus 160 against the Panthers. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're at Ramon. Let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com. We've been flashing the record up there. Look at this, 4,237 units of prop for 2023. That's top of the leaderboard. And you can check out a lot of these multi-capper sites. I don't think anyone's producing these numbers documented. I mean, documented where you can actually go and verify records. Of course, tonight we've got six. We've got six on the board. I believe NBA action. We do have some college CBI still on the board as well. NHL. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, interesting. We got a game at halftime right now between Rice and Southern Utah. I gave out a free pick there in the Discord. So hey, why not hang out in the Discord? Like I said, I give out some free plays there as well. So come on over. Maybe that's where I'll be hanging out tonight. I do have one play. You mentioned the primetime game, and I've decided since that's the CBI, it's lowest rated of the three tournaments, but I've given that one out, Tony, as my $15 play tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. Maybe check out that one tonight if you want a free winner. I already came home with privately. I liked the first game. I liked the second game. Not enough for a premium, but we're going to look tonight to a play in that late game between the Milwaukee Panthers and the Charlotte 49ers. So that's my $15 discount play. In the NBA, Tony, 3-pack tonight for $30. Check it out right there. 6-game card. I like this card. I wanted to go a little bit stiffer, but 3 plays stood out a little bit better than the other couple of plays that I like. So I ended up with just a 3-pack tonight. I don't know if I can get on some late steam with those. We've seen some injury news come out today already with Luka out tonight, Markkanen out tonight. So we'll see how the injury report comes along here for the remainder of the day. We might still be waiting on even more news with Kyrie Irving questionable here tonight. So maybe we'll get more news on that. But it's a 3-pack in the NBA tonight for $30. Pick up my picks over there at Tony'sPicks.com. And in the NHL, I got a 3-pack there as well on the 5-game card. So $30. Check it out at Tony'sPicks.com. Make sure you use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages, including those long-term packages. And for some reason, Tony, the hotter I stay, the more long-term packages we're selling. So no coincidence there. Pick up my long-term package, 3-day, 7-day. That'll get you through the next round. You have a basketball hangover? Don't worry, you got more big games coming up. Man, there was some thrilling games this past weekend with big news, big teams, little teams. The FDU was pretty terrific, even though it kind of ran the course a little bit. But certainly Princeton, they're wearing the slipper right now, no doubt about it. Mindy mentioned them going up against the Blue Jays, and boy, the Ivy League, Tony, they're almost why fade the Ivy League when it comes to the NCAA tournament sometimes? These smart guys go in there, and it seems like they know exactly what to do, at least to get the money. So more NCAA action this week. You mentioned more NIT, CBI tomorrow still to come until we get to Thursday. And who knows? We'll know the Final Four by the end of this weekend. And man, I got to root for my Aztecs, but man, Alabama, we've already seen steam come in today, Tony. The move was on Alabama today, up from 7 to 8. and the total that went down
Yeah.
from about 135.5 to 134.5. So it's going to be a rock fight. That's what the Aztecs will need to do. They need to put on some shoulder pads probably and really bogged down. And I don't think that's impossible for them to do necessarily, but they're going to have to go back to the old Aztecs,
Oh,
if you will.
they're going into the football weight room and just lift weights.
Yeah,
They're not even going to shoot a
no doubt
basketball.
about it.
They're not going to
Knock
shoot a
down,
basketball. They're
knock
not going to
down,
shoot a
drag out.
basketball until They're not going to even shoot a basketball until warm-ups of the game.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to body up the Alabama star. I'm sure that's the way. I mean, if he gets loose, he can be a really strong force. So
Well,
that's the way I'm rooting
I
for.
always felt San Diego State style was like an SEC team anyway.
Oh, for sure. And again, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I kind of touted it and said, hey, you know what? You're going to see more offense from this team this year. And that's the way it kind of started out. But now that they've gotten into the tournament, right, let's go back to what we know has worked in the past. This is usually the point where it ends for San Diego State. They played, a couple of Sweet 16 situations before, a memorable game, of course, against Connecticut, and got lit up by the Star in that one too. So, they're going to have their work cut out for them here, but it's going to be some great action in the NCAA tournament this weekend. So why not grab the 7 day and get you through the Sweet 16 with me this weekend? Yeah, you're going to get those other plays where Tony, I'm up a pretty good streak right now again in the NHL, adding to the 31 units from last year. Put up another 7 units here so far over the last a week or two. There, NBA action as well, and some World Baseball Classic tonight. I'm not sure. Going to come up with something tonight. I think I posted a play in the Discord today for the action in the game tonight between Japan. Tonight they are in action in that big game against Cuba. I mean Mexico. Mexico tonight. I keep thinking of Randy Arozarena, and how great he's played for Mexico. His story's amazing. Basically he took a boat and got to Mexico, and people have been, a little bit critical. Hey, Randy Arozarena, he's a Cuban. He's got one of the most incredible stories in baseball history. Uh, the way he was rescued, basically kidnapped, trying to get to Mexico, and ended up. Finally getting into safety. So why not proclaim your citizenship? I mean, that's not, some faux title. I mean, he's a Mexican citizen because of that country that kind of adopted him, and he loves that fact that he's been able to basically secure his career because of that move. So Mexico and Japan tonight, Tony, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific. Japan, a pretty big favorite, Tony, about 2.5 runs at even money, or maybe a -110, but 240, 250 favorite on the money line. Total 8.5 tonight. World Baseball Classic, and we know gonna winner takes on the United States. Trey Turner, absolutely incredible. The grand slam in the big game. He hit another 2 home runs in the next game. So Trey Turner, he's been the big star at the World Baseball Classic, which continues tonight. So why not grab my packages here for the next 3 days, 7 days preferably, and get on board. You see the numbers. Tony talked about them. Certainly I try to talk about it humbly, but one of the hottest handicappers on any of these sites currently, and hoping to keep that going and make everybody some money over there. But don't forget, join us in the Discord as well. Got free plays for you, kind of running through over there at the Tony's Picks Discord. Yeah.
That's right, guys. You got to work with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. You see the numbers, 4,237 units of profit, all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. So get on board with Ramon Scott, as he mentioned today. NHL 3-pack on the board. Also, Monday night 3-pack from the NBA. CBI best bet up there, $15. That's up there right now. And of course, instead of buying these plays individually, that weekly All Sports Pass is a great value right now. Get all of Ramon's premium plays for 7 days. That includes all his college basketball. Remember, we got, and this will cover you through the Elite Eight and when they reach the Final Four, right? So when this tournament's dwindled down from 16 to 4 teams, is covered through Sunday. Also, all his NBA, all his NHL. If he's in action in the CBI tomorrow and the next day, and the NIT quarterfinals, which are playing this week, We go quarterfinals this week, semis, and finals next week. So we got quarterfinal action here Tuesday and Wednesday here from the NIT. The winners will advance to Vegas next week. So there's some motivation there. I know the Wisconsin folks would like a trip to Vegas, but they're going to have to face Oregon on the road. It's going to be an interesting battle there because Wisconsin loves to travel, and they will have home court advantage if they get there. So guys, check that out there. And of course, Ramon's also involved in some of the peripheral sports, as we mentioned. UFC, if there's a UFC or Bellator card this week, that will also be part of that 7-day pass. Any late Steam plays that are loaded in the system late, we allow the cappers to load plays between 10 minutes to 2 hours before game time. Those are emailed directly to your inbox when you're a long-term subscriber. So if you subscribe to that 7-day pass, the late Steam plays are included, of course, as well as the regular premium plays in there. So go ahead and get signed up. Of course, don't forget the promo code. You can save 20% off those packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, you talked about it's a Twitter account we set up for you at Tony Speaks Ramon. Lots of stuff going on here with the Discord, and of course, the morning team back tomorrow.
Yeah, we took today off. We might shift the day off. We're not sure yet, but until maybe football season, maybe we'll start to take Monday off because we know that Monday, once we get to baseball now, kind of the lighter schedule, and Friday, I think people kind of miss us because we're getting ready for the weekend, and Friday is always a pretty heavy sports day, especially in Major League Baseball. So we might just switch that around a little bit until football season comes back, so we'll get involved with some Monday Night Football, if you will. But yeah, we had you talked about MMA, another 2-in-1 night for me over there this year, another profitable sport for me with MMA, the UFC card this past weekend, pretty exciting card. So we do post those plays on Twitter. Sometimes they're not making it right now, but that's okay. We'll try and work that out and figure out what's going on with that. So maybe I could just I want to see if I can toss my play out here because they're really not quite making it on Twitter right now. My play tonight, Tony, is in the women's tournament. It's Florida Gulf Coast and Villanova under 132 in the women's tournament. I just want to give it out because we're not quite on the same page there right now. So FGCU and Villanova under tonight, my free play there. Also, check out our embedded videos here on the site, including my leaderboard video, Tony, where tonight, that's where I preview. That's what it is in the Mexico-Japan game. Find out what my pick is with our leaderboard video. And, of course, I talk about the great handicappers here at Tony's Picks, and then I give you that free play. So find out who's hot and then get signed up with any of our handicappers, including me, maybe. Team up Mindy and I in the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Mindy's super hot this year, and so am I, and you can get one of us at a discount price. Why not pay for Mindy's picks and then add my picks for half price with the 2-for-1 handicapper promotion at tonyspicks.com. So those are what's going on there as far as the free picks are concerned. We'll be back with more Morning Steam tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, and 8 a.m. Central. Mindy time, as I like to call it. And we're going to preview NBA card, the NHL card, and a few select college play. Probably all of them, maybe all of them, with just the games that you mentioned, the 2 in the NIT, the 2 in the CBI. That's all we got this year. We don't have any basketball classic anymore. There's no TBI, whatever the other ones were. This is all we've got now, so maybe this will be what we'll have moving forward with the NCAA. You always joked about those teams having to pay to play in some of these tournaments, but CBI, at least they got them all down there in one site, and the teams can make a little bit of a trip about it and have a great time, and maybe even a championship experience for some of these teams that really had some momentum coming into the postseason. Didn't make either of the 2 big tournaments. These are a tournament they can really build on. So there's always room to make some more money at Tony'sPicks.com. Doesn't have to be the big tournament. We'll get involved wherever we can, Tony.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon. You can find him with the member videos, actually the sponsored video on the homepage, and of course the handicapper update, leaderboard update here up here. You get also a free pick from Ramon here. Just click the premium picks tab, and you'll find it here on our leaderboard video pick. So go ahead and check it out. And of course, over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Ramon, as always, Great having you here on the show. I think we have a new commenter here, Mike Hawk. Shout out to you as well. With NHL picks, we started the show off. We'll do the recap in a second here, and we will get to those in a second. But I, Ramon, is always great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Appreciate you.
Got Ramon Scott here on Game.